What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know. Whoopin'! Let's get it in. You ready for another Super Norteno? Get to the intro. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, why don't you go ahead and do that? Put the notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate all the support, man. I'm very humble. Whoopin'! I'm very humble. Right? Let's go, right? So the Fresno setup. Man, Brianna was on her shit and Ricky got twisted. Let me tell you guys something, right? So I did a violation and I had just got out of prison. I mean, just got out. It was actually day 3. I remember this like it was yesterday. I remember you, homie. I remember you, homie. Vale verga, MC Boulevard. I remember that, homie, right? So it was day 3. I had paroled on a Friday. So anyone that knows when you parole on a Friday, because it's mid-afternoon by the time you get to the pad or you know, I was taking the bus and shit, the train, then the bus. I was paroling up out of where was I paroling up out of? I just did a violation. No, I just did a term. I was paroling up out of Corcoran at that time, New Corcoran. And I slid to Modesto and I stood at my fucking family's house. And Monday I had to go to Merced to parole, right? Now, because I got out on Friday, I didn't have to show up to parole till Monday morning. So it was all good, man. I was having it my way on the weekend. And I think they do that because they know most people are going to fuck up. You're going to go get high on the weekend, chill with the homies, drinking everything, and boom, violated Monday. Me, I didn't do that. When I paroled, I had sent in to get a parole package, right? I had asked my family, like, hey, this is what I want. This is what I need. And they happened to send me some shoes that were red, white, and blue, right? And predominantly red for some reason. Surge, right? They just were. And they had red shoelaces. And I remember getting to the pro office. The chick who was my pro officer was like rough on gang members. She hated gang members. She seen I had red laces, cut them off, boom, violation. There you go. I was back in Tracy that day. Barely was out for like 2-3 days, violation. So anyways, in the meantime, in between time, I didn't have nowhere to stay. My parole plan was I was going to stay at my grandmother's pad, but my grandmother wasn't trying to have anyone there, right? So I already knew like I was just going to get out and have to figure shit out. And so I was going to stay at my tia's house. So I ain't even going to lie. I had got a hold of her like, hey, tia, all of a sudden you want to fucking call me. Tia, I've been in prison for 4 years. Oh, fuck. Oh, best tough guy. I'm in prison I'm a convict. I'm a convict. Bitch, I did 11 in Chowchilla. What's up? I'm like, hey, tia, is it cool if I stay there? Don't you always come on the weekends and just fucking stay for 2 weeks? Oh, in the fucking room with your primo throwing darts at that fucking Sureño in there. I said, oh, you're talking about the Mr. Capone poster? He still got it, mijo. That fucker still got it. I said, yeah, tia, is it okay if I stay with you? Right? So I was going to go to her pad, right? When I got out, never made it. So I figured the invitation was still open after doing this violation. So I had stood at my grandma's for a couple of days for that weekend, partied with the homeboys, but never got high and shit like that. Went on Monday, got violated, was back in Tracy doing a little 30-day thing, right? Then I was going to get out and go to my tia's house. My grandma was like, hey, mijo, I don't fucking know. You can stay here. Yeah, because 2 things. Because I don't want no one here when I'm watching my novelas. It's too loud. Me and the roaches are trying to enjoy it. And also because you got cara de papa. Mijo, you got on, you're all swollen, you look stupid. Right? So I'm like, all right, grandma, I ain't going to be here. So I end up getting out. I get to my tia's pad. I walk in the door. I'm happy, right? What's up there? Oh, fuck it. You act like you want me to. It's going to take a miracle. You act like you want me to throw you a fucking getting home party. Bitch, we don't got money. We're not doing that. I said, where's Ricky at? That guy, I don't know. Last thing I heard, he was going to go to some homeboys in Stockton, some fucking weirdo with a funny haircut. I don't know. So I'm like, does he got a phone? She's like, call him. That bitch got a phone. No, I pay for it with his social security check. He gets me every time. So I'm like, all right. So I call him. Ricky's like, whoopin'. Where you at? I said, I'm at your house, fool. Come through. Swoop me up. Well, I don't got a car. I said, well, how the fuck where you at? I'm in Fresno. I said, what are you doing in Fresno? I'm at Brianna's house. I said, oh, shit. I'm hooked up with her homegirl. She's bad, too. I'm like, oh, no. You guys come. Let me talk to Brianna, right? So she's like, what's up, primo? I'm like, hey, I just got out. She was like, fool, they violated you for that? I was like, I didn't even make it out but 2 days. You know what I'm saying? I was in that motherfucker eating buck naked soups. I said, what's up, girl? Come swoop me. What are you guys doing? You guys partying and shit? She's like, nah, like I have Ricky here because he's watching the kids while I go out because my old man is at work. So her old man, the bulldog, had got a job. He got a holiday that would like take him out of town. With a woman like her, I don't know why you would attempt to get a job that takes you away from the home for 3 days. You know she can't go more than 26 hours without blah, 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 blah. She's different, right? But whatever, that's his thing. So she was like, I got Ricky here. He watches the kids so I can go out. So like Willie Dum Dum, my cousin's going to stay there, a grown man, and watch children while his primo goes out and bones all of Clovis, right? I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, hey, I'll come over there too, right? Because I know that she always has homegirls getting ready. And that's like the pad where they all get ready. They assemble. And then it's like, okay, you go with all the fucking white dudes. You go with the black dudes tonight. You bring in the Mexicans. Ready, hike. And then they go. Like scandalous chicks. You think we're scandalous men? Ladies, earmuff it. Man, I could tell you some stories. They be having some conversations that make a motherfucking dick shrivel up. I'm just saying. Anyways, that's the time he was on. So I'm like, Ricky, hey, if I get a ride out there, I'm going to chill. He's like, whooping, come through. Wait up, this kid's biting me. It's my fucking werewolf kid. I'm like, oh, shit. Let me get over there before this motherfucker has a heart attack. So I'm like, hey, Brianna, just come swoop me. I didn't have no way to get out there. She's like, call one of your homeboys. Have some of your homeboys come through. We'll kick it tonight. So I'm like, all right. So I call my boy Cam, like, what's up, bro? Hey, he goes like, oh, you're out, fool? I said, yeah. He says, go kick it. Let's go to Maloney's and party. It was this club right there, right? Like bar club. I'm like, hell no, I don't want to get caught up. I just want to go and do my thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, let's slide to Fresno. My prima, you know, Brianna, he was like, oh, yeah. Hell yeah, I know her. I said, you too? He said, back in the days. Fuck it. Round 2. What's up? I said, get some homeboys. Let's go over there to her pad. She's going to have homegirls and all kinds of shit. We're going to party. He's like, isn't she married? I said, yeah, but her old man's out of town. He was like, why would any man leave a woman like that and go out? I said, my same sentiments, bro. I would be very, you would have my gratitude, bro, if you swoop me up so we can go over there and bone all of Fresno. He's like, let's go, right? So him and a couple homeboys pick me up. We slide. Ricky's up there like, whooping, you made it. Give me a hug. Get the fuck off me, right? What are you talking about? He's like, who are these guys? I said, this is the homies. Oh, what's up, Cam? Right? So he sees the homeboys. He's like, cool, right? Some of our homegirls come through. We party. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? The kids are melatonin out the game. So everything's perfect. Everything is going according to plan, right? All the homies are like, all right, bro, we got a jam. What are you going to do? And I said, well, I'm going to stay right here. And I'm like, my prima's like, I don't know, fool, because what if my old man gets back? Like, he'll accept Ricky, but he knows you're a little bit. I said, nah, man, I'm going to stay, girl. I'm cool. She's like, fuck it then, right? Cam gets up, stretches, rolls his shit back in, right? And jams. So the homies leave. And there's a gang of chicks there. They're all fucking tirada on the couch. And fucking Ricky's like, what, baby? See that fat one right there? I'm like, and she's real pretty, right? But she was a little overweightish. I'll say that. I'll give him that one, right? I said, yeah. He said, I think she's pregnant. I'm like, oh, no, what about Sheila? I don't give a fuck about Sheila. She's with that black dude down the street. I said, for reals? I passed the house the other day and I could have swore I smelled fucking malto meal. Yep, that's her. She always makes malto meal in the morning and pours it on toast. It's odd, but that's what she does, right? So anyways, we're kicking back. And my prima's like, hey, I'm going to go out tonight. You guys got this? That was her way of us watching the kids. Not, hey, can you watch my kids? Hey, prima, I'll pay you. Oh, man, I know. I'll have a homegirl come over and give you my mom. Like, none of that. Just, hey, you guys got this? Got what? These fuckers right here. You got them? Like, damn, those are your kids. I know, but says, I'm trying to go out and have more. Like, oh, all right, right. So anyways, she slides out. Her old man comes back from work that night. She's gone. He's like, hey, where's my lady at? He said, what's up? What are you doing here, fool? I said, I'm just kicking it. What's up, perro chato? I get sloped out for the Dusonina. He's like, me and him were cool, but like, he didn't want me living there, right? And I ain't even gonna lie, I'm on parole. Like, I'm trying to live wherever I can. I'm trying to be away from Tias as much. I just don't, look, I've lived in prison away from roaches for years, and I don't want to share with the roaches at this point, right? And they don't got roaches at Brianna, so I'm really surprised. They got some other shit, like herp, but they don't got roaches. So I'm right there chilling, and he's like, yeah, bro. He's like, fuck, you want a barbecue shit? So he's cooking some steaks, and this fool had a good job. He was like a truck driver or something. He'd go out of town. So we're grubbing and everything. And he's like, hey, bro, fucking you got to get your primo out of here, bro. Like, you could stay, bro, and help out and shit, but you got to get rid of this dude. This dude's a J cat. I said, yeah, don't let him hear that, bro, because he'll swing on you. He says, I know, bro. It's like I'm being held hostage in my own home. I said, you know, whooping. That's just out of. So he's like, hey, can you let him know? So I'm like, hey, Ricky, hey, you think your head will come pick us up? He's like, what? I don't fucking, she don't even got a car. I was like, nah, but she can get one of her boyfriends. So I'm like, you know what? We're not welcome here. I could tell this dude really don't. Why he's looking at me stupid. He really don't like Ricky, right? So I'm like, okay, your time's gonna come, motherfucker, right? We're not gonna tell Brianna nothing, bitch. Find your own babysitter. You know what I'm saying? Go open the telephone book and just there you go. Whatever says Benadryl, you're good. So I call my tia, and my tia's like, what the fuck do you want? No, you guys are, I'm happy. You guys are over there. What, the Bulldogs beat you up again, huh? The fucking Bulldogs beat you up. That's what you get. I remember, mijo, one time I had this Sally. She was a Bulldog chick, yeah? Her shit tasted like pedigree. For reals, mijo. I'm like, hey, tia, come get us. Because I ain't gonna lie, man. I think Ricky's gonna end up killing this motherfucker. You know how it is, right? And she was like, I don't know, mijo, because maybe if I go to Table Mountain, we can go to Fresno. I don't know. It depends what I want to do tonight. I said, tia, you can't pick us up? Hey, listen here, Mr. Fucking can you pick me up guy? Do you think it's my fucking responsibility to pick grown men up? Hitchhike, bitch. I'm like, hey, tia, but like, we ain't got no money or nothing. Okay, you never do. And when you do, I borrow it also. You don't have none? I'll be there tonight, bitch. Be ready. I said, okay, what time? Whenever I get there, just be ready. I said, yeah, but like, we want to know so we can shower and shit. Oh, you dirty fucker, shower right now. Stupid ass. I'm like, okay, tia. So I'm telling Rick, all right, bro, we're going to go. And Rick said, well, but I don't want to go. That girl, I think she's pregnant. I said, that girl ain't pregnant. She don't even call you, fool. When you come over here, you guys disappear for 5 minutes. That's all it takes, primo. That's all it takes. I'm potent. Whooping. Right? I'm like, I'm active. My baby's going to be active. Okay, I digress. So anyways, my tia comes. She's like, get in, chicken shit number 2. Right? And I'm like, all right, tia, I'm getting my shit. Like, I'll be chicken shit, but I'm trying to go home, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no issues. I just got violated for shoelaces. I don't want to get violated for murder, right? I'm cool. And so the Bulldog homie, which is Brianna's old man, he's like, all right, primo, check you out, eh? Yeah, hey, make sure that when you walk out the door, you dust your feet off and shit. Like he's kicking me out. And Ricky's like, hey, Rick, you gonna jam too? Ricky's like, what? But I ain't going nowhere. My cousin said I can live here forever. And my dad's like, get in that car, you stupid fucker. He's like, no, Mom, because Brianna said she's gonna give me $15 on Friday, right? My dad's like, oh, fucking money's money. Stay, bitch, right? Now, $15 ain't going to get us nowhere. Mijo, you want to go to Table Mountain? I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. So me and her jammed at Table Mountain. We leave Ricky there. Well, what happens is this. I get a phone call. And Ricky, whooping, hey, help. I'm like, oh, man. When he says, pimp down, Norteno in distress, he sends in the bat symbol. It's a Wegaber symbol. It's like this. It's all broken. Right? I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm like, what happened, Ricky? Come get me. I got to go home. I think they're trying to set me up. I'm like, this was paranoid. Ain't no one trying to set him up. So I'm like, put Brianna's old man on, right? So he gets on. He's like, what's up, dog? I said, hey, what's up, my cousin, bro? He thinks you're trying to set him up and shit. He's like, hell no, that fool's tripping, bro. He said, that fool's a cat, bro. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, I don't like my children around him. Not that he's a weirdo or anything, because I know he don't do shit like that. But that motherfucker, like, bro, he'll be jacking out watching the Reading Rainbow and shit. He's just different. I'm like, yeah, he's odd, right? He's odd. Like, there's something about make a high and ho that gets him going. He's like, hey, plus he has this fat chick coming over all day. She stinks, bro. Right? Like, what am I supposed to do? He's like, bro, this is my pad. I just want to kick up my feet, right? Relax. And he's always in the fucking living room with the TV off, just watching it like that. I don't know, bro. I'm like, let me see if if we can come get him. So I tell my dad, she's like, oh, no, fuck it. He's one and done. I'm winning right now, mijo. I'm up $26. Fuck him. Right? We've been there 3 hours. She's up $26. I'm like, yeah, how much did you put in? I put in $900, but I'm back. Right? I'm like, oh, nah. So we're going to be at fucking Table Mountain for numerous amount of hours. So I ain't even going to lie. I'm walking around that motherfucker broke and didn't go with no money and didn't leave with no money. And the whole time I was there, didn't have no money. My tia gave me $5. Make you last, son of a bitch. Put it in the 777s and press it one time. If you win, we're good. If you lose, well, fuck, you're a loser anyways. I'm like, oh, shit. So Ricky calls again. Hey, primo, open. Right. I'm like, shit, we're just right here at the casino. What's up? What's good? I step outside, right? Because the smoke at Table Mountain, that fucking particular, this was the old Table Mountain. Anyone that's from that area knows that motherfucker was smoked out. You get high and that motherfucker. They were smoking a little bit of everything in that fucking casino, right? It was just too dusty. Make you catch cancer on the way in, right? And fucking and see that on the way out. It was just that bad. So he calls and I'm like, what's up, fool? And he was like, they're trying to set me up, primo. I know there's bulldogs there. There's a lot of them here. I say, ain't no fucking bulldogs there, bro. I talked to Brianna, and Brianna's not here to protect me. I said, bro, you're an active Norteno, fucking asshole. There's fucking 10 of them, stupid. I'm active, but I ain't that active. Right? I'm like, I'm going to tell your mom. We're going to come. So I say, hey, tia, there's like 10 dudes that are going to jump Ricky. God, but that's fucking, I'm up. I'm now up $29, man. Fuck him. I said, no, tia, for reals. Like, he's really, like, I know when my cousin's telling the truth, right? So we get there. Well, this is what had happened. So the whole time I'm getting there, like getting ready to knuckle up, like, damn, I don't know how we're gonna beat up all these bulldogs, but we're gonna try, right? And Ricky's calling the whole time, where are you at? I said, we're getting close, bro. Hurry up, they're here. Right. I said, he always has homeboys over, bro. I thought you were cool with them. Ain't no big thing. I don't fucking like werewolves. Right. All right. I pull up, right? As soon as I pull up, there's a car leaving. And it's a whole gang of bulldogs. And I seen them. And I boom, 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 knock like the police at the door, right? And my prima's old man answers. He's in his boxer shirt. He's like, what's up, bro? I say, Ricky's tripping, bro. He said, fucking, you guys were going to jump him or something? He said, that fool's crashed out. That fool's all knocked out. He said, nah, my homeboys, they came, bro. We're playing pool in my garage. He has a pool table. He said, we had a couple beers, bro. They jammed, bro. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I got to go to work in the morning, bro. I got a trip. And so I'm like, all right, cool. Well, this is what had happened. What had happened was this. One of them dudes, right, was Brianna on the unders. He came over to slide to see what was going on with Brianna. Chilled, played with their old man, pool, whatever. Sees Ricky, doesn't know who Ricky is, and thinks that fucking, like, he's fucking with Brianna or something. That's her cousin, but he doesn't know, right? So he gets all mad. So he comes the next time and brings all these dogs with him. And that's why they're kind of just mean mugging Ricky. That's why he was getting that vibe, right? So anyways, I'm like, hey, my tia's like, I don't know what you guys want to go or stay? I said, I'm going to stay, tia. Something ain't right here, right? So I'm kicking back. My prima's old man's like, hey, I'm going to go to bed, fool. I was like, all right. So I'm right there in the living room, not watching the TV. And Ricky's all stuck like that. Look, you can see your own reflection. Yeah, put the fucker on, stupid. They don't get too many channels. They don't got cable. Ah, shit. You ain't got cable. I should have. Tia! Fuck you. She's gone. So I'm sitting there like, damn, man, she ain't even got cable. Times are rough. Ricky, right? He's like, you don't know them. I think they're going to get me. I'm like, nah. 2 days passed, man. Brianna still ain't came home. We're stuck with kids like this, man. I'm feeding them multi meal and dry cereal, right? I don't know what to do. I'm like, man, I'm going crazy in here. I want to go back to prison ASAP. Violate me. I'm going to throw red shoelaces on just right now, just for nothing, right? Finally, she comes and she's like, hey, man, I had a jam for a couple of days because this dude keeps harassing me. I said, well, why don't you come tell us? We got this. She's like, hell nah, fool. He's one of the main bulldogs right here, and he got hella homies, and I don't want to get you guys caught up. I said, what the look, air your shit down. Why is it always got to be why is it, your shit's like Carl's Jr. If it doesn't get in your face, it doesn't belong all over the place. You know, what's going on here? And she was like, nah, he's like one of my exes before I met this one, right? Why do women always say that? Why do they always say this one? Why can't we just, hey, before I met my old man, from my man, babe, honey? Nah, this one. Before I met this one. Tell me there ain't a woman that laugh right now because you fucking know you say that shit. Nah, when I met this one, like fucking, that's all he is this one? Shit, where's the next one? You had him already last night in the previous one. So she was like, nah, they're tripping. So look, everything seems to be going good. Brianna's like, nah, it's cool. I talked to that fool. He ain't tripping. I explained Ricky's my cousin, right? So I jam. I get a ride. My homeboy comes and spooks me up. I jam. I leave Ricky there. Ricky's literally staying there. He got all his shit moved in, whatever. My dad's like, I don't give a fuck. It's better him. I go see him all the time. When I go by, because I send smoke signals, man. I'll be right there at the fucking reservation with one of my old mans, an Indian dude. I haven't even told you about my Theo Indian Joe. Oh, man, Indian Joe. Shout out to my native indigenous people. Wait till I tell you about Indian Joe. Super Indian Joe. You'll see. Anyways, my tia, she would going out there. There's like a res out there. It's in Coarse Gold or that area. And she'd be going out there by the Chichansi tribe or whatever. So anyways, fucking up. This fool stays. Well, Brianna, right, feels some type of way because this fool eats a lot of food too. He's like, him and Sheila are like one and the same. And so he tells her like, hey, Brianna, you need food stamps. You need to go get, what, we need food, right? And she's like, motherfucker, we're not on stamps right here. Like we get, my old man works and shit. This one, he works, right? And Ricky's like, whooping, right? So anyways, they're like not seeing eye to eye. So that dude comes over. Ricky's like, whooping, who the fuck is this? That one dude that was looking at me. She's bringing dudes to her pad while Ricky's there and expects Ricky, because he's a primo, to mum's the word, not say shit, right? Ricky is hungry. So he's like going to try to blackmail her, right? Let me tell you something right now. This chick is feeling the vibe. Ricky's like, well, but I'm going to fucking tell your old man, this ain't right. This ain't right. They're active bulldog. We don't get along with them. They're like sureños, but they don't care, right? And she was like, nah, look, fool, you ain't going to do nothing. Let me tell you something right now. 2 days later, I get a phone call that night. Ricky's like, whooping, this guy keeps staring at me. I'm like, Ricky beat his ass, bro. Ricky's like, for real? So I was like, yeah. Ricky literally gets up in mid-conversation, and I hear him, boom, You could hear when someone gets socked. Ricky's on him, right? Brianna's, get off of him. You stupid fucking J-Cat, get off of him, right? They're fighting in there. Ricky gets back on the phone. Whoop, I fucked him up. I fucked him up. I'm like, no, I said, I didn't mean it for reals. Whooping you for I'm in Norteno, though. That's what we do. I said, oh, man, Norte gang. He was on his shit. 2 days later, we're getting a phone call from the police department. My primo is in a damn coma. I'll get to part 2 tomorrow, man. Make sure you guys tap in. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in. And this story right here is just getting good. Tap in tomorrow, man. This is the gun. Bang, bang.